What's up, guys? Walking out to the boat right now, and Randy and I have made a big mistake. The consequence of that mistake is that now we have to make a 70 nautical mile passage with a boat that looks
like this.
What was the mistake, you ask? Well, you guys watched it. So the mistake was actually bringing Freebie here instead of putting her on the hard right away, right after the passage from Titusville. Now, one thing I have to say that changed is when we first got this boat, we weren't thinking of it as a forever boat. We were just thinking of it as a boat that we were just going to basically sail as much as we possibly can and just fix little things along the way as they break. But that changed after we got here. We actually realized through sailing this boat, sleeping on it, doing that passage, and working on it, that this boat is really big enough for me and Randy. We can cruise the world on it just fine and be happy. But that being said, it has to be refit the way that we want. So the refit plan has changed. It's gonna be a lot more extensive than we initially thought, and we're gonna go a lot farther and own this boat for a lot longer, again, than we originally thought. This is the boat, guys. You're looking at the boat that Randy and I are gonna sail the world on. And we're really excited to bring you guys along with us. We're gonna be doing a full refit on her, probably putting about $10,000 to $15,000 into this boat and doing all the work ourselves. And it'll just be the most convenient and the most environmentally friendly to do that in a boatyard. Which boatyard, you ask? Well, if you watch Ryan and Kelsey from Abandoned Comfort, it's the boatyard that they were in for a few of their episodes. We actually are familiar with that boatyard because we went out and helped them. So we've been there multiple times and we really like that yard. It's a good, cheap, liveaboard DIY yard. It's only about $7 a foot to keep your boat there. Our plan is basically to go there on weekends and stay 2 nights. We think that the refit's probably gonna take between 6 months to a year, maybe a little bit longer. So anyway, we're gonna be moving this boat in the next couple days from St. Petersburg, 70 nautical miles down to Port Charlotte to be hauled out at Charlotte Harbor Marina and then basically trucked over to J&R Marine. We're gonna save money because J&R Marine is cheaper than where we are right now, and we're gonna get more work done because it's a full service boatyard, and we're gonna be able to stay on the boat whenever we want. Unlike here, where we're limited to what we can actually work on the boat, and we can't spend the night. Now, I know a lot of you safety guys out there are just gonna be like yelling at the screen right now because you don't think that I should be moving the boat in the state that it is, you know, without the port lights and without the lifelines and without the grab handles and without the use of our mainsail. And I agree. Don't try this at home, guys. The only reason that we're doing this is because A, we know the waters, B, we're confident in the boat, and C, we have taken safety precautions. So we have things like Boat US, we have an EPIRB in case anything happens. We're not going any farther than about a mile or 2 offshore. We're always going to have the shore within sight, always be in cell phone service. Also, we've chosen a good weather window, so the wind's only going to be between 5 to 10 knots the whole time. We're going to be basically motoring the entire way, so the use of the sails really doesn't matter because we're not really going to use them anyway. We are going to rig up the foresail, so we're going to have the jib available to use just in case, but that's just going to be kind of a backup. We won't be able to use the mainsail because the deck hardware for the mainsail is not on the boat, and for the furling main, that's pretty necessary. You need the deck hardware there, so we can't use the mainsail. We don't have port lights. Yeah, and we're gonna be doing this. Don't try this at home, guys. This is not something that I'd recommend. So today I'm here alone. Randy's at work, and tomorrow both Randy and I will be out here. We're gonna be getting the boat ready for this passage, and we've got a list of things we need to do. One of the things we're going to do before the passage is actually to put the lifelines back on the boat. So at least we'll have lifelines for this passage. So the guys that are going to be like, you need lifelines, you need them, which I agree, you do need them, we're going to have them for this passage. Alright guys, so I just tightened up this backstay here. Now there's no cotter pins in it yet. I'm going to put the old ones back in, but the backstay and the forestay on the way here from Titusville were kind of bouncing around on the waves. They were just a little too loose. So now there's some good tension on there. I've just did a few more turns with this turnbuckle, but I'll show you what I do on one of the lower shrouds because one of the lower shrouds needs to be tightened as well. But first, let me put these cotter pins back in. Now, you're really not supposed to reuse cotter pins. You're supposed to use brand new ones every time you pull the old ones out. And I planned on doing that, but the shipment that I ordered from Amazon of a big box of stainless steel cotter pins still isn't here. It was supposed to be here yesterday, so I'm still waiting for that. So I'm just gonna reuse these old ones for now, and even if I have to do it for the passage, we're really not gonna be putting much stress on this rig. I'm not really that concerned with it. So this shroud's kind of loose. Now we got to remove these cotter pins here. That we can do with pliers. Just grab them with some pliers, some channel lock pliers. Just kind of work on the back of it, and then it'll bend as you turn it like that. They bend and kind of is able to pull out. There you go. Gotten better at doing this ever since I've owned Sondian. Hated cotter pins there for a little bit. Now I'm going to take these, and this is a little tough. It's going to kind of scratch the turnbuckle there, so I'm using high quality protector. All right, now I have a good hold on that turnbuckle. Hold that, and I believe this is going to be righty-tighty, so if this goes this way, that'll tighten it. So this has to go the opposite, so I think it's got to go this way. But if it starts getting looser, we know to go the other way. Alright, so that was like, I think a full turn. That already feels better. So I think that's good. Alright guys, I think I got all the shrouds and stays tightened up properly, and this is by no means professional. I am not a rigger. This is just what I do with my own boat, so take it with a grain of salt. If you want a professional opinion, then go pay a professional rigger to come out to your boat and actually tune your rig properly. So that didn't work at all. The boat came with a Genoa and a jib. Now the Genoa was what we had originally had rigged, and we had that up for the passage from Titusville. Now it developed a tear, well, it already had a small tear in it, and it developed a larger tear from that small tear during the passage, so I don't want to put that up because that's just going to rip in half. So I figured try to put up the jib, but the jib is way too small, and that Harken furler doesn't like it, so it won't furl with the jib on there because the actual halyard, the jib halyard, it gets wrapped up around the furler, and that's just due to the actual luff of the sail being too small. The only sail that we're gonna have that's usable for this passage still is the jib. However, the only way we're gonna be using it is like in an emergency. We can actually still raise it on there just like a hang-on jib. We're pretty much gonna be doing this whole passage on good old Big Red to cross this one out, even though we really weren't very successful at that. So I decided that I'm not going to do this, so I'm just going to check it off. The dinghy's going to stay below deck because we're really not going more than like a mile away from shore at any point in time, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's do the check engine oil and coolant, and we'll probably start cleaning. It's actually too much oil. So this is the raw water intake strainer, this thing right here, so this could definitely be cleaned. Alrighty, that's a lot better. That was super easy, it took like 2 minutes. Alrighty, so the oil level and the coolant level look good now. So we're all set. Gonna clean the bottom tomorrow, and gonna clean the boat a good amount right now. So it looks like the only things left for me to do today are actually to get rid of excess crap on the boat, clean it, and secure the anchor. Look who's here. We just had dinner on the boat. Finished cleaning it up, so I got that last thing to check off for today, and then we got the rest of the checklist for tomorrow. You have anything to say, Randy?
I just feel like I bring the food. That's what I'm here for. After work.
Alright, we're going to finish that list tomorrow. Alrighty, so we just got done doing that and that. Tomorrow, only got these few things left. We did all this today. What's up guys, it's Saturday and we're continuing to get the boat ready for the passage here. Now the next thing I'm going to be doing is cleaning the bottom of the boat because I want to be able to do this passage as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and I want to make sure there's not a lot of growth on the prop and everything, so we get, you know, proper thrust and everything. So I'm going to be diving the boat and cleaning the bottom while it's in the slip here, and I want to show you what I'm going to be using to actually do that. Now this is the Mantas Scuba system. It is basically a tiny little scuba system that actually fits into a backpack. Now the entire system is in this one on the right here, and this is the actual bottle and I guess you could say harness because it's not really PC. Now what I really like is the portability of this system. Now I think it's going to be perfect for doing things like what we're about to do here, where it's just a good, easy scuba system to bring with you to clean the bottom or do things underneath your boat or just do some shallow dives. Now I do also want to say that Mantas provided this system to us, our YouTube channel, for free for us to try out. So we do not actually own this system. We're just trying it out today and we're going to be returning it back to Mantas with our thoughts. I'm wearing this skin solely for the ear protection so I don't get no crabs in my ear. One thing I already like is it's so light. It's like just wearing a backpack. Overall, I really like the Mantas scuba system for its very specific purpose. The biggest advantage is portability. It's great to be able to scuba dive out of a backpack and it takes up very little space on a sailboat. For this reason, we will be purchasing our own before we start cruising full time. Now, the drawbacks are you only get about 20 to 30 minutes of air and you can't dive below 30 feet, but for what it is, I definitely think it's worth it for cruisers who often can't fit normal scuba gear on their boat. You also need to be dive certified to properly understand how to use the system and be safe. I'm going to include a link to the Mantas website in the description just in case you want to check out the system for yourself. Prop is just covered in barnacles, so I'm glad I'm doing this so that we're going to actually be able to be like have a lot of thrust, because with the amount of barnacles that were on the prop, I can't imagine like it was able to be very efficient at all. So if anything, I'm really more worried about cleaning off the prop, the shaft, and the moving parts. And then I'll get to the boat hull.
And this is where this is better than a regular setup because it's very difficult to get on the boat.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, sailboats, typically older sailboats like this, are hard to get in and out. Newer ones, you can step right off the bat, but a boat like this, it really helps to have a little less weight on your back when you're diving off of it.
Jordan's covered in
amphipods.
There were some copepods. Man, they are like squirming though. Woo, so, he just flew right off you.
What are we doing, Randy?
We just anchored. We're a little bit outside of our marina at a nice calm anchorage. We are on our way technically to Port Charlotte, and we wanted to be able to get up early and set off right away.
We couldn't stay at the marina because they don't allow people to stay overnight, and they've already threatened to call some cops on people that were on the dock that weren't supposed to be, so we decided we should just anchor for tonight.
Yeah, and the anchorage is literally like right around the corner outside the canal.
Yeah, so we're like not even a mile away from the dock. So
it's a quick little trip.
We are enjoying some margaritas.
I already finished mine.
She's done with it. But we're going to bed. We're going to bed.
Yeah, we realized we wanted it to set off around 5 a.m. tomorrow so we could get to Port Charlotte around
5 to 7 p.m. So before dark, we don't want to go into an anchorage that we've never been in before at night. So.
And Jordan was thinking, oh, we're going to go to bed early. And I was like, it's already almost 12 o'clock. So it's early as it can be.
We'll get a good 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah. That'll work.
And then we'll motor all the way to Port Charlotte.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's our reality right now. We don't recommend what we're doing, but it's just how it is.
It's just how the boat is. We made a mistake.
A little tired.
Good night, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. Next week, we're going to be posting the video of the passage from St. Petersburg down to Port Charlotte, as well as the haul out.